Struggling to keep your thoughts, emotions, and finances in check? In this video, you'll get a step-by-step blueprint to master your mouth, mind, mood, and money starting today. Welcome to Audiobook World, your go-to masterclass for powerful self-improvement. Inside, you'll discover how to speak with impact, train your mind for success, manage your emotions like a pro, and unlock financial freedom. Don't forget to subscribe and use the chapter markers below to easily navigate all 12 life-changing chapters. Let's dive in. Imagine standing at the edge of a deep forest, the air thick with silence, except for the faint whisper of your own breath. You know, beyond those shadows lies a realm of untapped power, a power to change every facet of your life. But there's a gatekeeper, an ancient guardian you must meet first. This guardian is not a creature or a beast, but a force within you, your mouth, your mind, your mood, and your money. Mastering these four is like holding the map, the key, and the compass, all at once. It's a journey few dare to take, yet it holds the secret to freedom, control, and true fulfillment. This audiobook is your guide through that forest, lighting the path to conquer the chaos and claim your power. Are you ready to step through the gate and transform your world forever? Chapter 1. The Power of Your Words. Controlling your mouth. What if I told you that the key to changing everything in your life starts with a simple, invisible force flowing out of your lips every single day? That force is your words. Pause and think. How often do you underestimate the power locked inside your mouth? Words are more than sounds or letters strung together. They are living forces shaping your world moment by moment. Like a sculptor with clay, each word carves meaning into your reality. The way you speak to yourself and others doesn't just describe your life, it creates it. A careless word can wound deep, while a well-chosen phrase can heal and build bridges. This is no exaggeration. From ancient traditions to modern psychology, the spoken word is recognized as a mighty catalyst for growth or destruction. Now ask yourself, what kind of architect have you been with your words? Have you been building bridges toward your dreams or setting traps that hold you back? This question is urgent because your mouth is the front line of your influence. It's where your intentions step out from the shadows of thought and become real. It's where your inner world meets the outer world. You might be surprised how often we speak without awareness, repeating patterns learned over years, words of doubt, complaint, or criticism that shape an invisible prison around us. The mouth, left unchecked, becomes a saboteur, but it can just as easily be your greatest ally, your voice of courage and transformation. In this chapter, we'll explore the incredible power of intentional speech. You'll discover why mastering your mouth is the first and most vital step on the path to mastering yourself. This isn't about rigid silence or empty pleasantries. It's about choosing language that serves your highest good and steers your life in the direction you want. Think back to a moment when someone's words changed you. Maybe a compliment that lifted your spirit, or a harsh critique that made you question yourself. Words wield a subtle yet profound force because they connect directly to your emotions, shaping how you feel and who you become. Your mouth is a gateway that carries the promise of either bondage or freedom. What if every phrase you spoke could be a seed planted in fertile soil, destined to grow confidence, peace, and abundance? This power is yours. To control what you say and how you say it is to control the narrative of your life. When you learn to do this masterfully, you rewrite not just what others hear, but how your mind thinks and how your heart moves. Here's a truth to anchor deep within your awareness. Your spoken words affect your own brain more than even your mind alone can. Science reveals that speech activates neural pathways, reinforcing beliefs you often don't notice growing. That daily dialogue, the small affirmations or repeated complaints, is shaping your brain, your habits, your potential. This is why becoming conscious of your mouth's output isn't optional if you seek real change. It is foundational. Without this awareness, all the mind training or emotional work will struggle to root deeply. Your words are the bridge that connects internal intention to external reality. Consider the stories of those who turned their lives around by simply learning to speak differently. A man burdened by self-doubt once told himself every morning, "I am enough." Over time, those words transformed his identity and opened doors he thought were forever closed. A woman struggling with anger learned to pause before responding, replacing harsh words with calm truths that restored her relationships and peace. These are not miracles, but examples of the natural law of the spoken word in action. When you control your mouth, you choose the direction your life's current flows. But how do you do this? The journey starts by slowing down, listening to what you say, and understanding the effects behind your speech. It asks for bravery to speak less impulsively, more thoughtfully. Sometimes it means pausing to change a habit that feels deeply ingrained, yet toxic. This chapter serves as your awakening to that profound realization. Your mouth holds the power to build or destroy your world. The awareness you cultivate here lays the groundwork for every other mastery waiting ahead. In this audiobook, your mind, your mood, your money, all of these will feed off and respond to what you choose to say. Take a moment right now to notice the last sentence you spoke aloud. What energy did it carry? Was it kind, clear, and intentional? Or was it careless, rushed, perhaps even harmful? This simple examination begins your transformation, because what you speak next is your choice, and that choice carries your future within it. This is a call not just to listen, but to commit. Control your mouth, and you command your first line of power in life. This forms the foundation of who you are. Beyond circumstance, beyond challenge, your words create your world. Wield them wisely. As we move forward, you will learn practical ways to discipline your speech, replacing negative habits with empowering language. You'll unlock how the timing, tone, and intention behind your words can create magnetic influence instead of resistance. And you'll discover how speaking with integrity deepens your self-respect and raises your vibration. Let the truth you've heard here settle into your bones. Mastery over your mouth is the spark that ignites all other victories. It's your first true step toward freedom. And now, with your awareness stirred and your curiosity lit, we turn to the mind, the unseen architect behind the words you speak and the life you live. What thoughts are shaping your reality beneath the surface? What happens when you take control there? Turn the page with me and let's uncover the silent power of your mind. Chapter 2. The Mind's Mirror. Taking charge of your thoughts. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine a vast, still lake, perfectly reflecting the sky above. Not a ripple disturbs its surface. Now picture your mind as this lake, a mirror reflecting your inner world. What does your mind's mirror show you? Is it clarity and calm, or stormy clouds and distortion? This mirror is the foundation of your entire experience, shaping how you see yourself, others, and the possibilities around you. The thoughts you entertain are not just passing guests, they are the architects of your reality. They frame your perceptions, color your feelings, and determine your actions. Every success, every setback, every relationship, all begin as thought seeds planted deep inside this mind garden. But what happens when that garden is overrun with weeds, negative beliefs, doubts, fears? It is often said that your mind is your prison or your paradise. This phrase rings true because you are largely unaware of the non-stop dialogue happening within. It runs day and night, shaping your mood and your choices without pause. And yet, most of us leave these thoughts uncontrolled, like a radio blaring static. We accept the noise as normal, never pausing to question what's playing in our minds. This chapter is your invitation to take control, to become a conscious caretaker of your thoughts, rather than a passive listener. This is not just philosophy, it is a survival skill in a world demanding more mental clarity than ever before, because your quality of life depends on it. Think of the mind as a mirror that can either show you a distorted self-image or a reflection full of potential. When you feed it with pessimistic, limiting, or repetitive negative thoughts, you imprison yourself in a false reality built on fear. On the other hand, when you choose to cultivate empowering, constructive thoughts, you open the door to growth and transformation. Consider how often you catch yourself stuck in loops of worry, regret, or comparison. These thought patterns quietly siphon your energy away from meaningful action. But there is good news. The mind's habits can be changed. The reflections in your mind's mirror can be polished until they shine with purpose and clarity. The first step in transforming your mind is awareness, training yourself to observe your thoughts without judgment. Imagine standing beside your own lake, noticing every ripple without immediately reacting to it. This practice creates a space between stimulus and response, a sacred pause where choice lives. It means recognizing when thoughts are helpful and when they are trapped. Next comes the extraordinary power of intention. You have the ability to redirect your mental focus. Like a lighthouse beam cutting through fog, your focused attention can illuminate new pathways of thinking. This is where real transformation unfolds, not by silencing thought entirely, but by guiding it with purposeful direction. Let me share a story. There was a woman named Maya who struggled with incessant self-criticism. For years, her mind replayed harsh judgments, convincing her she wasn't worthy of success or love. One day, she decided to interrupt this cycle. Each morning, she intentionally chose one positive thought to anchor her day. A simple phrase like, "I am capable." Over time, this focused repetition rewired her mind's mirror. What was once a reflection of doubt shifted to one of possibility. Her world changed with it. Your mind works much the same way. Each thought you choose either strengthens chains or loosens them. It can be your greatest ally or your toughest enemy. This understanding empowers you to become the artist of your inner landscape. But why is mastering the mind so difficult? One reason is that many thoughts are deeply ingrained, formed from years of conditioning, especially those linked to survival, fear, or past trauma. The mind loves familiar patterns, even if they harm you, because sameness feels safe. Breaking free requires courage, patience, and the willingness to step into uncomfortable awareness. And yet, the prize on the other side is worth every effort. A mental state that fuels confidence, creativity, and peace. A mind aligned with purpose becomes a launch pad. Ideas become actions, dreams become reality. To harness this power, start by questioning your thoughts without harshness. Ask yourself, is this thought true? Is it helpful right now? Does it serve my growth? When you challenge limiting beliefs, you create cracks through which light can enter. Replace those old stories with new narratives rooted in possibility. Another powerful insight that often surprises people is how thoughts shape emotions and bodily states. Negative thoughts trigger stress, tension, and fatigue, while positive, empowering thoughts invite calm, energy, and clarity. By taking charge of your mental reflections, you also nurture your emotional and physical well-being. Imagine your mind as a garden. If you continuously water weeds of fear, anger, or doubt, they grow unchecked, choking out possibility. But when you intentionally plant seeds of gratitude, hope, and resolve, you cultivate a vibrant landscape where fulfillment blooms. This work involves daily practice, a gentle, consistent engagement with your inner dialogue. Meditation, journaling, and conscious breathing are tools that embody this practice, creating moments to cleanse the mirror and reframe your thoughts. The journey to mastering your mind is not about perfection or silence of thought. It is about mastery over your focus, choice, and intention. It is about reclaiming the power that has always been yours, but may have been buried under unconscious habits. By owning your thoughts, you set the stage for controlling your mood, stabilizing your emotions, and shaping your financial mindset. The chapters that follow, because what you think fuels what you feel, say, and your mind's mirror casts a reflection that ripples out into every corner of your life. As you continue forward, remember this: your mind is not a battlefield where you fight stray thoughts. It is a canvas, alive and receptive, holding endless potential for the life you seek. To walk this path is to awaken, to step into a new level of self-awareness and possibility. And now, having pressed your gaze into the depths of your mental mirror, we turn to the weather of your soul, your mood. Just as the sky shifts from sunshine to storm, your emotions shape your experience in ways subtle and profound. What if you could forecast this inner weather? What if you could choose your climate? Step lightly with me into the next chapter, where mastery of mood awaits. Chapter 3. Mood as the weather of the soul. Close your eyes and imagine waking to a sky filled with endless blue. The sun gently warms your skin, and a soft breeze carries the scent of fresh earth. Now picture the same sky moments later, gathering clouds, dark, heavy, unpredictable. The air thickens with the promise of a storm. This is your mood, the ever-changing weather of your soul. It can brighten a day or cast shadows so deep they threaten to swallow your light. But unlike the weather outside, you have the power to forecast and even transform your internal climate. Mood is often dismissed as something that just happens, a fleeting visitor that you must endure. But what if I told you it's an energy you can understand, navigate, and ultimately control? What if mastering your mood isn't about suppressing emotion, but learning to dance with it, honoring its rhythms while guiding it towards balance? This chapter invites you into that dance, revealing mood as a vital force that shapes your experience, colors your relationships, and infuses meaning into your life's story. It is the bridge between the mind's thoughts and the body's reactions, the language through which your soul speaks. Understanding mood begins with awareness. Each morning, before the rush of noise and tasks, take a moment to sense the emotional colors swirling inside you. Are they soft pastels of peace, or jagged reds and grays of tension? Recognizing your mood as a natural phenomenon gives you the first edge in transforming it. You are not your mood. It is a visitor that washes through, leaving traces, shapes, and sometimes lessons. Imagine mood as the ocean's tide, constantly ebbing and flowing. You cannot stop the tide, yet you can learn to swim skillfully within its currents. This skill is called emotional mastery. It allows you to prevent moments of frustration, sadness, or anxiety from becoming roaring storms that wreck your inner world. One of the most profound truths about mood is its contagious nature. Your inner weather affects not only how you live, but also how you interact with those around you. A bright, steady mood creates warmth and connection. A dark, unstable mood breeds distance and conflict. In this way, your mastery over mood extends its influence far beyond you. It shapes your environment and relationships. Take the story of Daniel, a young man faced with overwhelming pressure at work. His default reaction was irritability and despair, moods that spiraled into long days of disconnection and fatigue. One day Daniel learned a simple practice, a pause, a breath, a moment to check in with his mood before reacting. This small shift didn't change the external pressure, but transformed his inner weather. He began to respond with calm rather than storm. Gradually his relationship improved, his focus sharpened, and his days felt lighter. This illustrates the power of mood mastery. It is not about avoiding hardship but reclaiming your center amid it. Emotions are information, not masters. They tell you where attention is needed, where self-care is essential, but they don't rule your destiny. To deepen this mastery, cultivate emotional intelligence, the ability to name your emotions, understand their origins, and make conscious choices in response. This awareness creates a gap between feeling and reaction, a sacred space where freedom lives. You'll find that mood often springs from unmet needs, unresolved conflicts, or unexpressed feelings. By addressing these roots with honesty and compassion, mood shifts become more natural and lasting. This is the work of inner weather forecasting, anticipating the changes and preparing yourself with tools to remain steady. Techniques like mindful breathing, grounding exercises, and deliberate shifts in perspective become your umbrella and coat in the storm. They don't stop the rain, but they keep you dry inside. Be mindful, too, of the subtle habits that shape mood. The stories you tell yourself, the environments you inhabit, the rhythms of your day, all these are climate factors, feeding your soul's weather. Like tending a garden, nurturing mood requires intention. Consider the transformative power of gratitude, kindness, and forgiveness. These emotional climates refresh the spirit, dissolving clouds of resentment and despair into clear skies of possibility. Your mood is a messenger and a measure. It reflects what you value and how you navigate your inner world. By learning to listen deeply without judgment, you begin to rewrite your emotional weather reports. Anxiety becomes curiosity, sadness turns into compassion, anger softens into strength. This chapter is a call to awaken to the natural rhythms within you, to embrace the dance of your feelings, not as a problem but as a portal to deeper wisdom and freedom. By taking charge of your mood, you build emotional resilience, a steady heart that beats through life's tempests. And emotional resilience is the backbone of true mastery, allowing you to move gracefully from challenge to opportunity. As you integrate these insights, you prepare to meet the next challenge that awaits, mastering the energy of your money, a force as dynamic and charged as mood, yet grounded in the choices you make every day. Money, like mood, is a powerful current when properly understood and managed. It supports your growth rather than undermining it. Hold this emotional awareness close as we step into Chapter 4, where the dance continues and your path to financial mastery begins. Chapter 4. The Currency of Confidence. Money and Mindset. Imagine holding a handful of coins in your palm. Now imagine those coins not as metal, but as the very energy of your beliefs, your fears, and your potential. Money is more than currency. It is the powerful current flowing through your mindset, your decisions, and your future. It can either empower or imprison you, depending on how you understand and relate to it. From the earliest moments of life, money carries emotional weight far beyond its face value. It symbolizes security, freedom, identity, sometimes even love or rejection. The stories we inherit about money from our families, cultures, and experiences etch deep grooves in our minds, shaping how we attract, handle, and spend it. These grooves can either be bridges to abundance or barriers of scarcity. Consider the invisible chains created by limiting beliefs around money. I'll never have enough. Money is the root of all evil, or rich people are selfish. These are not just idle thoughts, that are the script that direct your financial destiny. Each belief whispers to your subconscious, triggering behaviors that confirm the story. You might work hard yet never save, earn well but always feel broke, or spend impulsively just to feel a momentary sense of control. The truth is, your money story is written in your mind long before it's counted in your wallet. But here's what sets you apart. You have the power to rewrite that story. Changing your money mindset is like changing the channel of a radio stuck on static. The sounds remain, but so does the possibility of tuning to a new frequency, a frequency of confidence, clarity, and genuine abundance. This chapter uncovers how to transform your relationship with money from fear and frustration into faith and freedom. It is a journey into understanding that financial mastery does not begin with budgets and bank accounts, but with the beliefs animating your financial behavior. Think of money as energy flowing through a riverbed, carved by your mindset. When your channel is clogged with doubts and negativity, the flow becomes blocked. When you clear that path with intention and positivity, the flow becomes strong, steady, and generous. This isn't about wishful thinking. It's about conscious transformation. Let me share a story. A man named Robert found himself trapped in a cycle of scarcity. Despite earning well, he constantly worried about bills and debt, feeling like money slipped through his fingers endlessly. Through deliberate reflection and mindset work, Robert uncovered beliefs inherited from childhood. His family had always viewed money as a source of stress and danger. Recognizing this was his breakthrough, he began practicing new affirmations, visualizing abundance, and educating himself on money management. Over time, the fear lifted, replaced by empowered action. Robert's financial reality shifted not overnight, but steadily, as his mindset opened to new possibilities. Your journey echoes this truth. Financial success is rooted first in your inner world. Beliefs shape feelings, which fuel choices. When you shift your mindset, your external world responds accordingly. You may wonder, what does this mindset shift look like in practice? It begins with honesty, unequivocal self-inquiry into your money stories and habits. Ask yourself, what do I really believe about money? What feelings arise when I think about wealth? What behaviors do these beliefs inspire? Next, you cultivate new beliefs, grounded in possibility. I deserve financial security. Money is a tool for positive impact. I am capable of creating abundance. These affirmations, when repeated and felt deeply, rewire your subconscious patterns. Importantly, this is not about ignoring reality or pretending money problems don't exist. Instead, it is about empowering yourself to take control, leveraging your mindset as the fuel for wise financial decisions. Abundance begins in your thoughts and blossoms through your actions. Another vital insight is recognizing the connection between money and self-worth. Often, financial struggles are intertwined with feelings of inadequacy or shame. Healing your money mindset requires healing your relationship with yourself, embracing your value regardless of your bank balance. Practical steps complement mindset work: budgeting mindfully, saving consistently, investing wisely. These create concrete foundations that support your evolving beliefs. When your mind, emotions, and actions align, you build a resilient financial life. This chapter is a call to claim your power over money, not as an end in itself, but as a means to live freely and authentically. Money mastered becomes a vehicle for your purpose, your peace, and your potential. As you internalize these truths, prepare to bring harmony between your thoughts and speech. The next chapter explores the crucial alignment of what you think and what you say, the conversation between your mind and mouth that either fuels your inner harmony or fans the flames of conflict. Step forward confidently. The path to mastery grows clearer with each choice you make. Chapter 5: Aligning Mouth and Mind. The unity of speech and thought. Imagine standing at a crossroads where two rivers meet, one flowing from the depths of your mind, the other bursting forth from your mouth. When these currents align, they create a powerful force that moves through your life with unstoppable momentum. But when they flow apart, confusion, conflict, and doubt rise like turbulent waves, tossing you in every direction. This chapter opens a portal into one of the most profound and often overlooked aspects of personal mastery, the harmony between what you think and what you speak. Imagine the soul's deepest intentions caught between silent thoughts and spoken words. How often do these streams match, and how often do they betray each other? The dissonance between mind and mouth is a source of inner struggle for many. Thoughts ripple in secret, while words escape without filter or clarity. You say one thing and feel another, creating confusion, not just for others, but most critically, for yourself. When your speech contradicts your mind, you fracture your own sense of integrity and power. This division drains energy and breeds inner conflict. Imagine the weight of speaking words you do not believe, or hiding your true thoughts behind polite phrases. This distance fractures the foundation of your confidence. Conversely, when your words authentically reflect your thoughts and intentions, you build a fortress of trust within yourself. The harmony of speech and mind fosters clarity that radiates outward, inspiring others and deepening your own sense of truth. Consider the story of Elena, a woman who long struggled with self-expression. She often said what she thought others wanted to hear, while her mind bristled with unspoken frustration and doubt. This discord exhausted her, leaving her isolated and uncertain. Then, through quiet reflection and brave conversations, Elena learned to speak her truth with kindness and clarity. Her mind and mouth began to dance in rhythm, strengthening her relationships and reigniting her self-respect. Aligning your mouth with your mind is not always easy. It requires profound self-awareness and courage to bridge the gap between internal reality and external expression. But it is the gateway to authentic living. On a deeper level, this alignment is about cultivating mindfulness, the practice of checking in with your inner world before you speak. It is learning to recognize knee-jerk reactions, impulsive phrases, or habitual slogans that no longer serve you. Instead, you cultivate speech rooted in presence and intention. This does not mean perfect communication or avoidance of mistakes. It means conscious communication that respects your inner integrity. This skill strengthens your voice as a warrior of your own life story. Another essential truth emerges here. Your speech shapes your thoughts, just as much as your thoughts inspire your speech. There is a feedback loop where words you repeat influence your mental landscape, reinforcing beliefs and emotions. When you speak with intention, you rewrite the scripts playing inside your head. Imagine the immense power of choosing words aligned with your highest truths. Words that build up rather than tear down, that inspire rather than diminish. This practice is medicine. It heals fractures between the parts of you that often work at odds. This chapter teaches you how to cultivate this unity through mindful listening, deliberate speaking, and reflective thinking. It invites you to slow your speech, honor your silence when needed, and speak with clear intention when called. Mastery here deepens your emotional strength and sharpens your mental clarity. It builds bridges between self and world, reducing internal friction and increasing your ability to influence your environment positively. You will learn practical tools to catch discord between mind and mouth before words escape, methods to practice honest dialogue with yourself and others, and ways to create a spoken language that reflects your core values. Bringing thought and speech into alignment also frees you from the exhausting masquerade where you hide behind false words or split your attention between inner conflict and external expression. Instead, you step fully into authenticity, a place where your presence commands respect and your voice creates change. As this harmony grows, it nurtures trust within you and those around you. When you inhabit your words fully, you become a beacon of integrity. You prove, quietly but profoundly, that you are a person who stands behind every statement, idea, and promise, starting with those you speak to yourself. This chapter is a powerful turning point. It shifts your relationship with communication from reactive noise to thoughtful art. It invites you to embrace the radical vulnerability of truth-telling and the profound strength born from such honesty. Having seen the power of mouth and mind in dynamic union, prepare now to deepen your emotional mastery. The next chapter brings you into the realm of emotional intelligence, teaching you how to manage your mood with clarity and mindfulness. Turn the page with an open heart and a curious mind. The journey of mastery unfolds further, moving from the spoken word to the language of feeling. Chapter 6: Emotional Intelligence. Managing mood with mindfulness. Imagine standing at the edge of a roaring river. The water churns wildly, unpredictable and fierce. Now imagine learning to step into that river, not to fight it, but to move with its flow, guiding yourself safely through the current. This is emotional intelligence, the ability to navigate your mood's tides with awareness and grace. It is the art of mastering the inner weather with mindfulness. We often experience emotions as overpowering forces, something outside our control, crashing over us without warning. But emotional intelligence reveals a profound truth. Emotions are messengers, not tyrants. When you learn to listen deeply and respond consciously, you turn that wild river into a path of strength and clarity rather than chaos. This chapter invites you to awaken the power of emotional intelligence within, a skill often overlooked yet vital for true mastery of your inner world. To manage your mood with mindfulness means to become an observer of your emotional patterns, to seek understanding rather than judgment. It means reclaiming authority over how you feel, transforming mood swings into steady currents of resilience. Consider the powerful image of a lighthouse, standing firm amidst a storm, its light unwavering as waves crash relentlessly. That lighthouse is your emotional core when nurtured by mindfulness, stable, clear, and guiding you safely through turmoil. Emotional intelligence begins with awareness, acknowledging the full range of your feelings without denial or suppression. This simple act dissolves the tension born of resistance and opens a space where healing begins. It teaches you that feelings, even difficult ones, are temporary visitors, carrying vital information about your needs and boundaries. Take the story of Maya, a woman overwhelmed by anxiety. For years, her emotions felt like an unpredictable storm, hijacking her decisions and draining her energy. Then she began a practice of mindfulness, checking in with herself several times a day, noting emotions as they arose without immediately reacting. This practice shifted her experience profoundly. Anxiety lost its power to control her. It became a signal to pause, breathe, and choose her response. Over time, Maya cultivated emotional stability that lifted the weight of turmoil. This is emotional intelligence in action, not eliminating emotions, but transforming your relationship with them. Another powerful insight is understanding how emotions are linked to bodily sensations. Muscle tension, breath changes, heart rate. Mindfulness teaches you to become fluent in this language, tuning into your body as a compass for emotional navigation. By recognizing these signals early, you gain precious moments to choose how to respond rather than react impulsively. Managing mood with mindfulness also involves cultivating compassion towards yourself and others. Emotions often flare when needs are unmet or pain is present. Approaching feelings with kindness reduces internal resistance, softens emotional intensity, and invites healing. Practicing mindful breathing, meditation, or simply pausing when emotions arise are practical tools you'll discover. These create a calm center within, a sanctuary where decisions are made from clarity instead of turbulence. Mood mastery, through emotional intelligence, transforms conflict into curiosity, allowing you to explore what your emotions teach. It empowers you to shift from victimhood to authorship of your emotional experience. Additionally, emotional intelligence enhances your relationships. When you are attuned to your moods, you communicate more clearly, empathize deeply, and create connection rather than division. Your steady presence becomes an anchor for those around you. The cultivation of this inner wisdom is not a destination, but a lifelong journey, woven into every moment. Each time you bring mindfulness to your emotional life, you build a reservoir of resilience, an unshakable foundation beneath life's inevitable storms. The great paradox of emotional mastery is that by embracing your feelings fully, you free yourself from their control. The moment you stop fighting waves, you become the calm sea beneath. As you absorb these truths, prepare to bring your full self into practical prosperity. The next chapter reveals the daily habits that transform financial foundations, not just through mindset, but through intentional action. Because mastering money demands mastery of both thought and deed. With emotional intelligence as your guide, you step forward with a calm heart and sharp mind, ready to craft a life of balance and abundance. Turn the page, your journey deepens. Chapter 7, Practical Prosperity. Habits to strengthen your financial foundation. Picture a sturdy, ancient tree standing tall in the midst of shifting winds and storms. Its roots run deep and unwavering beneath the surface, anchoring it firmly against every tempest. This tree did not know overnight. Its strength comes from constant nourishment and steadfast habits. Your financial life is no different. True prosperity is rooted in daily practices, simple, intentional actions that over time build an unshakable foundation. In this chapter, we explore practical habits that transform your relationship with money, from chaotic cycles to mindful stewardship. Prosperity isn't only about sudden windfalls or luck. It is a journey of consistent choices, grounded in respect for the flow of energy that money represents. Too often, finances feel like a burden, a source of stress, confusion, or shame. This perception arises when money moves through life without structure or awareness. But what if you could transform your financial reality by reimagining your daily routines? What if habits became the bedrock that lifts you from scarcity to abundance, no matter what your current situation? This chapter invites you to embrace those habits, designed not just to manage money, but to awaken financial consciousness, the deep sense of control, responsibility, and possibility that money nurtures within you. Start by creating clarity. Understand where your money goes and where it comes from. Budgeting is not a restriction, but a map. It reveals your spending patterns and highlights opportunities for redirection. Imagine shining a light on dark corners of your finances, uncovering leaks to seal and resources to multiply. One effective habit is tracking every dollar, no matter how small. This practice fosters awareness, curbs unconscious spending, and cultivates intentionality. When you record transactions, you tell your brain, "This matters. I am in charge." Next, develop the discipline of saving consistently. Even modest amounts set aside regularly grow into a powerful reserve. This habit shifts your mindset from immediate gratification to long-term security. Think of savings as a sacred trust you build with yourself, a foundation of peace in uncertainty. Investing is another cornerstone of building prosperity. It is the act of planting seeds today for a forest tomorrow. The sooner you begin, the more time your money has to grow. It's not about risky speculation, but informed, patient growth aligned with your values and goals. Equally important is managing debt wisely. Debt can be a tool or a trap. Approach it with strategy and intention rather than avoidance or panic. Prioritize high-interest debts first, and negotiate terms where possible. Taking control here reduces emotional burden and frees resources for growth. Reflect on your spending habits, not only their financial impact, but the emotions behind them. Do you spend out of joy, need, boredom, or escape? Awareness here opens doors to healthier, more joyful money choices. One of the most powerful shifts occurs when you align your spending with your values. Consider that every dollar you spend votes for the world you want to live in. Supporting causes, businesses, or practices that resonate with your heart transforms consumption into contribution. Financial habits also include nurturing your knowledge about money through books, podcasts, or mentors. The more you understand, the less intimidating money becomes. Empowerment flows from informed decisions. Remember the story of Sarah, a single mother who once felt overwhelmed by monthly bills and limited income. Sarah began with simple habits. She tracked expenses daily, built a small emergency fund, and educated herself on budgeting. Gradually, these steps shifted her mindset from scarcity to control. Years later, Sarah's financial stability transformed her family's future. She built a safety net, pursued further education, and inspired her children with her example of resilience. Your prosperity journey mirrors Sarah's story. It starts small but gains momentum with each conscious step. Habits are the bridges from where you are to where you desire to be. Yet, this journey demands patience and self-compassion. There will be missteps and setbacks, moments when old habits re-emerge or unexpected expenses shake your foundation. These are not failures, but lessons, invitations to recommit and strengthen your roots. Financial mastery is not about perfection. It is about presence and persistence. It is waking up each day to your intentions and choosing actions aligned with your highest good. As you cultivate these habits, you create a rhythm in your financial life that invites abundance naturally. Prosperity flows not just from numbers, but from the energy, respect, and awareness you bring to your money. This chapter stands as a testament to the power of consistent, mindful action. It is an invitation to harness daily disciplines that empower your entire being, your mind, emotions, and spirit, all working together to support your financial well-being. With a solid financial foundation built on practical habits, you prepare to craft the story you tell yourself. The next chapter shines a light on self-talk and storytelling, the inner narratives that shape your identity and fuel your transformation. Take this moment to appreciate how far you've come, rooted stronger with each step. Now turn the page and step boldly into the stories that shape your world. Chapter 8. Storytelling and self-talk, rewriting your inner narrative. Imagine standing before an enormous, ancient book. Its pages are blank, yet they quiver with the weight of untold stories, stories waiting to be written by your own hand. This book is your life, and within it lies a powerful truth. The story you tell yourself shapes your reality more than any external circumstance. From the moment we learn to speak, we begin crafting stories, not just about the world around us, but about who we are. These stories build our identity, color our feelings, and steer our decisions. They whisper silently in our minds every day, shaping how we see ourselves and the life we believe is possible. In this chapter, we delve into the transformative power of self-talk and storytelling, the inner narratives that either confine us in invisible prisons or liberate us into vast expanses of possibility. The stories you hold about yourself can propel you toward greatness or chain you to doubt and fear. Think of your mind as a theater, and your thoughts as actors playing roles. assigned by your self-told stories. Are these roles heroes or victims, creators or spectators? The beauty and the challenge is that you are the playwright, director, and lead actor all in one. Many of us unknowingly carry stories inherited from childhood culture or past trauma, stories of limitation, unworthiness, or failure. These narratives seep into our self-talk, shaping habits and emotions that keep us stuck. Yet, these stories are not facts. They are interpretations, scripts that can be rewritten. Consider Sarah, who grew up hearing, "You're not good enough." For years, this voice echoed in her mind, dictating her choices, relationships, and self-esteem. One day, however, Sarah became conscious of this narrative and questioned its truth. With courage, she began telling herself a new story, one of resilience, worthiness, and potential. Each day, her self-talk reinforced this new script, transforming her outlook and actions. The story she believed created the life she lived. Your internal narrative wields such creative power. When self-talk is negative, it tightens the cage around your possibilities. When it is positive and intentional, it opens doors to growth, healing, and achievement. The first step in rewriting your narrative is awareness. Listen closely to the inner voice, the words, the tone, the repeated themes. Are they supportive or critical, empowering or limiting? This awareness reveals the roots of your current mindset. Next, challenge the stories that no longer serve you. Ask, is this story true? Is it helpful? What evidence supports or contradicts it? In this interrogation lies freedom, the chance to dismantle false beliefs and remove barriers. Then, craft a new narrative aligned with your highest vision. Picture the qualities, values, and future you desire. Begin speaking to yourself with kindness and conviction, as if you were encouraging a dear friend. Affirmations, journaling, and visualization are powerful tools to embed this narrative deeply in your subconscious. Remember, storytelling is not fantasy, but the shaping of perception and meaning. It guides your emotions, decisions, and ultimately, your reality. Moreover, this new story grows in richness when shared with others. Authentic communication strengthens your commitment and invites support. Vulnerability in telling your truth is a doorway to connection and transformation. The power of narrative also influences your relationship with challenges. Instead of a fixed victim story, you nurture a growth story, a tale of learning, resilience, and triumph. This shift empowers you to move through difficulties with courage and hope. Another profound insight is the cyclical nature of storytelling and identity. As you change your narrative, your actions change, which reinforces the new story, creating a powerful feedback loop of growth. This chapter invites you to become the conscious author of your life, shaping every line with intention and heart. It is an act of radical self-love to write a story that honors your potential rather than diminishes it. Rather than being bound by old scripts, you awaken to the vast creative power residing within your mind and heart. This awakening is not just hopeful, it is transformative. As you embrace this truth, prepare to explore how your mastery radiates outward to affect every relationship you hold. The next chapter reveals the ripple effects of your mastery over mouth, mind, mood, and money. How change you reshapes the world around you. Turn the page with boldness and expectation. Your story is still being written. Chapter 9, The Ripple Effect. How mouth, mind, mood, and money influence relationships. Picture a still pond. You toss a single pebble into its calm waters and watch as ripples spread outward, touching every corner of the surface. Your mastery over your mouth, mind, mood, and money acts like that pebble. Your inner state sends waves through the fabric of your relationships, family, friends, colleagues, even strangers. And just as the ripples grow, so does your influence. This chapter reveals a profound truth. The more you master yourself, the more your world transforms. Not only within, but all around you. Your internal harmony resonates outward and shapes the quality of your connections. Relationships are mirrors reflecting your inner work. When you control your words, align your thoughts, stabilize your mood, and manage your resources, you become a source of calm, clarity, and trust. Others, often unconsciously, respond to this energy. Your mastery becomes magnetic, inviting respect and deeper connection. Consider David, a man once quick to anger and careless with his words. His relationship suffered under the weight of conflict and misunderstanding. Through committed inner work, learning to monitor his mouth, reflect on his thoughts, and temper his mood, David transformed his approach to others. His family noticed the change, his friendships deepened, and at work his leadership blossomed. His mastery created ripples of harmony that reached far beyond him. This is no coincidence, but a natural law of influence. Your internal state acts as a force field. Others feel the vibration you emit, long before they hear the words you speak. When you live in alignment, your presence becomes a refuge in the chaos of life. But mastery also demands humility and responsibility. It calls you to own the impact you have, both positive and negative, on those around you. This awareness deepens empathy and patience, allowing you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. The ripple effect also extends to the energy you bring to conversations and decisions involving money. Financial stability within yourself builds trust and reduces tension in partnerships and families. Conversely, financial stress or careless speech about money can create rifts of fear and misunderstanding. By managing your mood, you avoid emotional contagion, preventing anxiety or frustration from spiraling within your social circles. Your emotional intelligence acts like a stabilizing anchor, helping others feel safe and heard. Moreover, your honest self-talk and storytelling encourage authenticity in others. When you embody truth, you invite those around you to drop masks and barriers. Trust flourishes in this soil of genuine connection. While your mastery fosters harmony, it also inspires transformation in others. Witnessing your growth ignites a ripple of possibility, encouraging those close to you to embark on their own journeys of self-mastery. Yet relationships are dynamic and complex. Your ripples meet other pebbles and waves, the realities and struggles of others. Mastery does not mean control over others, but the grace to navigate these waters with compassion and wisdom. As you deepen your internal work, remember that every interaction is an opportunity, a chance to spread calm, kindness, and clarity. Mastery over your mouth, mind, mood, and money becomes a gift not only to yourself, but to everyone you touch. This chapter invites you to see your life as an interconnected web, where your inner mastery lights pathways leading to more meaningful, healthier relationships. You are the origin point of ripples far beyond your awareness. What you nurture within echoes in the lives you touch, creating waves of transformation on a scale more profound than you realize. Now, as your mastery radiates further outward, prepare to face challenges with resilience. The next chapter explores how to overcome setbacks in mind, mood, and money, turning adversity into growth. Step forward, ready to navigate life's storms with steady strength. Your journey continues. Chapter 10. Overcoming setbacks, resilience in mind, mood, and money. Imagine standing in the eye of a storm. The winds howl, the rain lashes, and the world feels as if it's unraveling all around you. Yet within this chaos, there is a still point, a calm center that holds steady even while the tempest rages. This calm is resilience, the hidden strength that lets you face adversity and rise again stronger and wiser. Resilience is not just a trait, but a practice, a way of moving through life's storms with courage and grace. In this chapter, we delve into the vital art of overcoming setbacks in your mind, your mood, and your money. Setbacks are inevitable. They visit every life, uninvited and often unwelcome. But how you respond to them determines whether they become stumbling blocks or stepping stones on your journey. Consider the journey of Marcus, a man who once lost his job, faced intense anxiety, and struggled with mounting debt. At first, Marcus felt overwhelmed, his mind flooded with negative thoughts, his mood darkened, and his finances spiraled. Yet within that crucible, Marcus found a spark of resilience. He committed to shifting his mindset, managing his emotions with care, and creating a plan to stabilize his money. Slowly, that spark grew into a steady flame, lighting a path out of despair. Resilience begins with mindset, the foundation of your inner fortress. When setbacks challenge you, how do you speak to yourself? Do you sink into self-defeat or rise with determination? Your thoughts shape this reality. Resilience invites you to cultivate a mindset that embraces challenges as opportunities for growth, to see failure not as final but as feedback. This shift requires deep self-awareness and compassion. Rather than harsh judgment, you learn to speak to yourself as a supportive coach, encouraging progress over perfection. Closely tied to mindset is the management of mood. Setbacks often trigger waves of fear, sadness, frustration, or anger. These emotions, if unmanaged, can cloud judgment and drain energy. Emotional resilience asks you to acknowledge these feelings honestly, but not be swept away by them. It invites you to create space between experience and reaction, a moment to breathe, reflect, and choose your response. Mindfulness practices become invaluable here. Whether through breathing exercises, meditation, or simple pauses, you build the muscle to steady your mood and maintain clarity amid chaos. Money setbacks often compound stress, creating a sense of scarcity and urgency that can overwhelm. Financial resilience is the capacity to face monetary challenges with resourcefulness and patience. It means crafting plans, seeking support, and prioritizing stability without panic. Remember, resilience does not mean going it alone or pretending strength. It means building support systems, asking for help, and learning from setbacks rather than denying them. Your resilience journey is also about shift, transforming obstacles into lessons, reclaiming power from loss, and finding new directions when old paths close. It requires courage to face discomfort and curiosity, to explore unknown terrain. A key insight is that setbacks are the crucible where mastery is forged. Without resistance, resilience has no meaning. Difficult times call forth your best qualities: perseverance, creativity, empathy, and humility. This chapter offers practical strategies to cultivate this resilience. Train your mind to recognize and challenge defeatist thoughts. Develop emotional regulation through awareness and mindful habits. Build financial plans that focus on recovery and sustainable growth. Create routines that nurture physical and mental strength. Surround yourself with people who uplift and hold you accountable. As you apply these principles, you will find setbacks gradually lose their sting. They become part of your story, a story not of victimhood, but of triumph and transformation. The journey of resilience is deeply personal yet universally human. It connects you to a timeless truth. Within every challenge lies the seed of renewal. As you cultivate this inner strength, you prepare to harness the power of gratitude, a subtle yet profound practice that elevates your mood and mindset. The next chapter unfolds this practice, revealing how gratitude transforms struggle into grace and scarcity into abundance. Step forward with resolve and hope. Your path through life's storms is your greatest classroom. Keep walking. The greatest lessons await you. Chapter 11: The Role of Gratitude. Elevating mood and mindset. Close your eyes and picture a fragile seed nestled in dark soil. It holds within it the potential for mighty growth, but only when the light of care and nourishment falls upon it. Gratitude is that light, a radiant force that transforms even the smallest moments into fertile ground for joy, resilience, and abundance. This chapter invites you to discover gratitude as a powerful practice that elevates your mood and mindset, revolutionizing your internal landscape and your external reality. Gratitude is not just a polite thank you or fleeting feeling. It is a profound lens through which you view your entire life, coloring your experiences in shades of possibility and peace. Imagine waking each day with a heart quietly attuned to the gifts woven into your existence: your breath, a kind word, the warmth of sunlight. This subtle shift does more than brighten the day. It rewires your brain to see life through a lens of abundance rather than lack. Gratitude's power lies in its ability to interrupt cycles of negativity and scarcity that so often dominate the mind. When you practice gratitude, you build a mental muscle that lifts you out of despair, frustration, and fear. It anchors you in the present and connects you deeply to the good already present, no matter the challenges you face. Real stories illuminate this truth with striking clarity. Take Anna, who battled anxiety for years, always caught in loops of worry. She started a daily gratitude journal, counting 3 things every morning that she appreciated. At first, it felt forced, almost trivial, yet slowly, her mindset shifted. The habit rewired her brain to seek out positivity. Anxiety's grip loosened, replaced by calm curiosity and hope. Gratitude creates what scientists call a positive feedback loop. Noticing good things leads to feeling good, and feeling good makes you notice more good things. This compound effect fuels emotional resilience and mental clarity. But gratitude extends beyond mood. It influences how you relate to money, people, and your goals. When you appreciate what you have, you create a foundation from which generosity flows naturally, scarcity melts, and abundance becomes your default state. Gratitude deepens relationships. Expressing appreciation to others strengthens bonds and creates cycles of kindness and support. It's a social glue that fosters connection and trust. Moreover, gratitude opens the door to forgiveness, both of others and yourself. Finding things to be grateful for in difficult situations softens pain and invites healing. Practicing gratitude requires intention. You cultivate it through rituals, morning reflections, nightly journaling, verbal acknowledgements, or quiet meditation. Each practice deepens your capacity to notice life's gifts and respond with a full heart. Yet gratitude is not denial of hardship. It is the courageous choice to acknowledge both the darkness and the light, to hold both with equal reverence. It is an act of balance and maturity, recognizing that even in struggle, there is something valuable to be seen. As an emotional and mental tonic, gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what's available. It transforms challenges into lessons and scarcity into opportunity. This chapter offers you concrete methods to weave gratitude into your daily life, illuminating your inner world with warmth and light. It challenges you to turn your attention outward and inward, finding appreciation in the smallest act, the quiet moment, and the biggest breakthroughs. As you accept gratitude's invitation, you begin to live with fuller awareness, deeper joy, and spacious peace. Your mood elevates, your mindset expands, and you become a beacon of light for yourself and others. The journey of gratitude naturally leads you to the final chapter, a synthesis of all the mastery you've cultivated. There, you will find a roadmap to integrate mouth, mind, mood, and money mastery into a life of sustained freedom and fulfillment. Turn the page with a grateful heart and open mind. Your transformation continues, blossoming like a seed in the nurturing light of your own awareness. Chapter 12. Your Mastery Journey. Integrating Mouth, Mind, Mood, and Money. Stand for a moment on a quiet ridge, looking out over a vast landscape, mountains, rivers, and forests, stretching beyond the horizon. This landscape is your life, shaped by the contours of your choices, habits, and inner mastery. You have journeyed here through deep exploration of your mouth, mind, mood, and money, the four pillars of your personal power. Now it is time to weave them together, crafting a life lived with intention, clarity, and freedom. What you have learned is no fleeting wisdom, but a foundation. Mastery is not a destination reached once and done. It is an unfolding journey, a continuous dance of awareness, choice, and growth. Each pillar you have strengthened supports the others. Speak with purpose, think with clarity, feel with balance, and steward your resources with confidence. Together they form a compass, guiding you through the complexities of life. Imagine weaving threads of four colors into a single tapestry. Alone, each thread has its beauty and strength. Together they create intricate patterns that are rich, resilient, and whole. So too is your life, shaped by the integration of your mastery. You may wonder, how do I live this mastery daily? The answer lies in presence, in becoming awake to each moment, and choosing alignment over autopilot. It is cultivating rituals that honor your voice, thoughts, emotions, and finances, giving each its rightful space and respect. For your mouth, this means speaking truth with kindness and intention, not impulsively, but as a deliberate act of creation. For your mind, it is observing thoughts without judgment, choosing focus that feeds growth. For your mood, it is embracing feelings fully, yet responding with calm strength. For your money, it is stewarding with responsibility and aligned values, inviting abundance rather than scarcity. Integration also requires compassionate patience. You will not be perfect, nor is perfection the goal. Setbacks and challenges will arise, but your mastery allows you to meet them not as obstacles, but as invitations to deepen your resilience and wisdom. An essential part of this ongoing journey is reflection. Regular moments of pause, journaling, meditation, or quiet contemplation create spaces where you assess your alignment and recalibrate. These moments are your checkpoints, ensuring your path remains true to your highest self. Also, embrace the power of growth communities and relationships. Sharing your journey with others nurtures accountability, support, and fresh perspectives. Mastery is as much relational as it is personal. Remember the many faces of mastery, sometimes gentle and quiet, other times bold and dynamic. Honor where you are now and step forward with courage and grace. Your mastery breathes life into your actions, transforming routine choices into powerful declarations of self-respect and vision. It shifts everyday moments into steps toward your fullest potential. As you move out into the world with this integrated mastery, you become a beacon, a living testament to what conscious living and intentional action can create. Your words inspire, your thoughts clarify, your emotions steady, and your money empower. This alignment shapes not only your journey, but the communities, opportunities, and relationships you touch. Look again now at that vast landscape before you. It is filled not only with challenges, but with immense possibility. Your mastery is the key to unlocking that possibility, inviting you into a life rich with meaning, joy, and freedom. This is your call to ongoing transformation, an invitation to live fully alive, aware, and awake. To master your mouth, mind, mood, and money is to reclaim your sovereignty, to become the author of a story uniquely your own. unfolding moment by moment. Embrace the power within you. Carry it forward boldly. Your mastery journey continues beyond these words, into your daily life, your dreams, and the legacy only you can create. Thank you for walking this path. The future is yours to shape.